and he's a Spanish citizen. And I think that we're going to end up getting far more out of this meeting than we have ever gotten before, because he speaks the same language as the people who work there. And I am sure he has convinced a number of them to feed him information.
Well, he also just addressed a large portion of the parliament over there, Farage and others, and one of the Italian EU members got him in to address them. And so it's now in hundreds of newspapers and television so, yeah, Mario Borghesio. So this is huge.
That's right. It is huge. And people who didn't know, although most people don't realize that Europeans are very sophisticated politically, and they've known of this sort of thing and other things that are akin to it have been going on for many years. And they've had such problems in Europe with one war after another that they tend to stay apart from it and say, look, I just want to live, leave me alone. I don't want to get shot at. I don't want another war. And you got to understand where they're coming from. And they've had terrible times. I mean, the 1920s and 30s in Europe were dreadful. And it's no wonder people like Stalin and Mussolini and Hitler came to power. Of course, as we all know, they were financed from the UK and the US, etc. But they made a mistake. I think Danny's going to come up with piles of stuff.
Well, we know Tucker already is, but expanding in that, let's talk about your take on the fact that they are so scared, and for the first time ever, a bunch of attendees didn't show up, and they're literally the night before they shut it. The head organizers are like, Bilderberg minions are, oh, they're scary, Alex Jones. Oh, I mean, this mindset that we're like these dangerous devils.
Well, everything we do is literal. We do it over the radio, and of course we publish, and they can't stand the truth. And you and I have been talking about this for months on end. And especially telling was what you brought up again about Brzezinski and his commentary at the CFR meeting in Montreal. They're terrified because there's no way back for them. The question is, how can I get out of all this? There's only one way. They've got to have a major war, and it's coming. And it could have been that the incidents with North Korea and Israel could have been precursors to that. Now, we got another ship going in now. I think it's from Ireland. And are the Turkish warships going to escort this vessel, as we have heard?
Yeah, that's another issue. We learned this American got shot 4 times in the head. You've got all these other aid ships coming in. The Turks are now saying they're going to at least break ties with Israel, and they've now confirmed they are sending in warships. And the Prime Minister, like, we have that clip. It's up on InfoWars and Prison Planet. It's in Turkish. But he just said, we're now basically your enemy, Israel, and you're a bunch of liars, and we're sick of your lies. So, the whole world is really turning against Israel.
And I want to, most of you people don't know this because you're younger, and I'm older. And the Turks are renowned as fighters. Maybe the Israeli Defense Force is very, very good, but I certainly wouldn't want to tangle with them. And when we had the Korean conflict, as it was called, and it was run by the UN, so that the enemy knew everything we were going to do, until MacArthur said, well, I've had enough of that, and made the Incheon landing, and just absolutely destroyed the Chinese and the North Koreans. But every time they would send Americans into the line, they would put the Australians on one side of them and the Turks on the other. And both of them were very, very anxious and adept at putting their bayonets on their rifles and going after the enemy. And the Turks have to draw blood. And if they can't get somebody to draw blood on, it's their own. And so they're quite ferocious people when it comes to warfare.
Well, that's because it was Constantinople and was a constant scene of warfare for thousands of years, then the heart of the Ottoman Empire. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, as Turkey and Israel collide towards confrontation. The North Korean peninsula is heating up. Their ambassador is saying, get ready for war. We'll discuss it all on the other side with Bob Chapman. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Gold isn't for you? Ted Anderson, president of Midas Resources, one of the world's premier gold and precious metal investing firms. I get it. You wouldn't buy gold if you believed that the government is doing a great job, that the Fed will stop handing out trillions of dollars like bailout candy, that Social Security would be there for you. That's not what's happening. You might even pass on gold if the stimulus package wouldn't fuel inflation, or that the dollar wouldn't lose value, or that your retirement would be secure. If all looks rosy to you, then now is not the time to buy gold. For the realist, there have never been more sobering reasons to diversify with gold. Since 2001, the U.S. dollar index has tanked 30% while gold has risen 300%. Right now, savvy investors are adding gold to their portfolios. You should too. Find out what they know. Call us and I'll send you 10 reasons why gold will do very well, free. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, 2 wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
The problem.
How do I cook food without power?
How do I light my home with no electricity?
How do I get emergency radio broadcasts?
How can I make safe drinking water?
When your power goes out, the solution for cooking, baking, home lighting, listening to the radio, and producing clean water is the Family Emergency Kit from Caro Stove. Caro Stove has been in business for over 12 years with the largest selection of kerosene stoves and family preparedness supplies in the U.S. Now, get the Family Emergency Kit at KEROstove.com for only $429 plus shipping, a savings of nearly $200. It's perfect for off-the-grid living. Call 888-395-1164 today. That's 888-395-1164 and ask about weekly specials or check the specials online each week at KEROstove.com. Again, call 888-395-1164 or go to KEROstove.com. Caro Stove for family emergency solutions.
Paul Dornanu, a Romanian journalist that gave us incredible video and photos from Bilderberg Group 2007, speaking of Turkey, in Istanbul. Just amazing footage and photos. He just sent us a bunch of photos that are going up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com in the next 20 minutes. He'll be joining us in the last 30 minutes today. Nigel Farage, who narrowly survived that plane crash on Election Day, the head of the UK Independence Party, will be joining us, member of the European Union Parliament, to talk about a host of issues. But going back to Bob Chapman, Bob, looking at this Israel situation, I even had former, Mossad spy master on yesterday to get his take, and even this guy, of course, he was in the Washington Post criticizing the raid, calling it so stupid it's stupefying, saying what